Good morning and welcome to Caterpillar's Operator Stadium. Please welcome our hosts, Marty Danes and Chad Cremines.
Wow, what a great opening, huh? My name's Marty Danes, and I'm hoping all of you in the stands and around Operator Stadium and viewing online are ready to kick off your day the right way here at Cat Operator Stadium. I'm the facility manager at Caterpillar's Tanaha Hills Demonstration and Learning Center, located down in Tucson, Arizona. And we're going to be showing you a lot of cool stuff today. So please, when you share anything online, make sure you use the hashtag CONEXPO, and that'll post everything out there for us. And I can guarantee you, you're going to want to be taking a lot of photos this morning and throughout the day. Before we get into the demo, though, let's talk about a few safety messages here while you're around the Operator Stadium and in the grandstands. So please take note of all the different information you're seeing on the big screen as it may pertain to you. If you need hearing protection, we have earplug dispensers located in each one of the grandstand areas, so please take advantage of that. Most importantly, today throughout each one of the demonstrations, these machines are going to be running fairly quickly, fairly closely to those concrete barriers around our stadium, so please do me a favor. Do not lean on, stand on, sit on any one of those barriers, as we want to make sure all of you walk home the same way today that you walked in today, okay? Also, if there are any safety concerns that you might have come up through the demo, please search out one of the CAT representatives in either the black shirt, black jacket, a black shirt, gray polo, or one of the security personnel walking around our Operator Stadium, and they'll get your needs taken care of right away. All right, well, you're not here to hear me talk, so are you here to see some action?
The stage is set. The crowd's on their feet. Are you ready for the main event? On the job, in the shop, and across your business. Whether you run a single machine or a fleet of hundreds, the next era of CAT quality is ready to roll. To help you win the bids, lower your costs, and grow your bottom line. With more innovations, more choices, and more solutions. Now, are you ready to see our products in action? Let's do the work.
Oh, let's hear some noise for Caterpillar, huh? Fantastic. I don't know about all of you, but that introduction video got me ready to go. Who's ready to dive in? All right. Well, to tell you more about Caterpillar and what's happening out here today, I want to introduce Chad Cremines. For those of you who don't know Chad, he is the Edwards Demonstration and Learning Center manager. He's going to be talking to us. He runs a lot of companies' educational initiatives, such as I do at Tanaha, but together he's going to take us through what's happening here today. He's going to tell us about all the latest and greatest technology that we're going to see in the demo.
You bet, Marty. I appreciate the intro, but first and foremost, we got to take care of some housekeeping. I need to bump up my Instagram account just a little bit. Say, hey! One more time, folks. Let's go. That was very adequate. Thank you. Awesome. All right, as Marty said, my name is Chad Cremines. Like Marty, I'm a facility manager for one of Caterpillar's demonstration and learning centers, and we are crazy excited to show you what it is we do. We teach folks how to run equipment the way Caterpillar intended them to be run to help increase safety and productivity. And then we do fun marketing endeavors such as this, and obviously we do machine demonstrations. So we're very excited to show you all what we do. And so Marty, without any further ado, my friend.
All right, looks like we're in pretty good hands today. So Chad, what's up first?
Well, I tell you what, I see the boys are out there. Looks like they're having their safety stand-up meeting. I appreciate that. Safety is no accident, as we like to say for sure. So, Mr. Hood, how are we doing today? You guys checking off the safety box and making sure we're good to go?
Yeah, this is definitely something we don't do every day. So making sure we're all on the same page, covering all of our bases, keeping our head on a swivel. We just got to communicate a lot. And hopefully we all stay safe out here, Chad.
Awesome. Well, I tell you what, when I was pulling up in my Ford Ranger, I put my, got the job plans out, put them across the hood of the truck, and looks like got a lot of work to do. Look like a lot of contours, a lot of elevation changes. What's the game plan? And honestly, like, I'm happy to go grab my plumb bob and my transit and give you all a hand to lay it out.
No, that's all right, Chad. That stuff comes in handy when we need it, but Alex has been working on a pretty intricate design that we're going to show these folks out here today, and I don't think they came out here to see us stake something out. So that's the benefit of these machines we have out here with all the 3D technology. We have all the information we need right at our fingertips real time.
Well, I'm happy. I mean, my granddaddy gave me my plumb bob, so it worked real good. So I'm happy to go get it. But so Alex, okay, it sounds like you don't really need my help. What do you got in mind, buddy?
Yeah, Chad. So before any of this stuff was even here, before any of these buildings were here, we surveyed this entire site. We flew it with our drone, so that gave us our original pavement here. Then we all got together as a team here, and we thought about a cool design to show off this technology, right? So we thought about what can we build here to show these people the CAT technology. After we came up with the design, that gave us the amount of dirt that we needed, right? So we got a hold of our supplier, we hauled all that dirt in here, then we graded it out beautifully. And the really cool thing about that is after we come up with that design, we can actually use CAT Vision Link productivity, and I can send that design to each one of these machines with the click of a mouse. So honestly, Chad, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Well, I tell you what, you have piqued my interest, my friend. But I got a question for you. So I come from a town with no stoplight, about 900 people, and we're happy to have a gas station. So I don't know that I have anyone in my neck of the woods that has a drone that can fly the job site and kind of figure out elevations, and then let alone throw it into a 3D design and plug it in the machine. What would I do in that type of situation?
Well, that's a really good question, and I think a lot of contractors out there are asking themselves the same thing. So, cool thing about CAT technology and CAT Grade especially is we have in-field design capability. So we can roll up on the job site with our motor grader, our dozer, even a compact track loader, and we can build designs right in the machine. So whether it's a flat pad, even a complex slope, or even a complex road section, you can do that right from the seat of your machine. You don't even have to get out. So whether you have one machine, 100 machines, you have a Ford Ranger, you can use CAT technology to help your bottom line.
That's awesome, buddy. Appreciate that. I'm pretty excited about it, Marty. How about you? You excited about this?
I'm pretty excited, buddy. And what I'd like to know is what kind of technologies we're going to see today.
Well, you'd probably be easier saying what aren't we going to see today. I mean, we've got CAT Grade, CAT Payload, CAT Assist. We even got a lot of telematics going on with Vision Link. You heard Alex mention Vision Link productivity. We're going to throw the whole kit and caboodle at these folks because we know they're all intelligent enough to capture it all. So it's going to work out real good for us, Marty. And I think before we go any farther, let's take a quick look at the three-dimensional design, if you don't mind. So basically what we've got is Alex talked about droning the site, making sure we're good to go. And this is the concept. Every single machine is reading off the same design, Marty.
That's pretty cool. And you know what, Alex, I see you out there front and center on that 317. What do you got going on that machine?
Yeah, Marty, so this 317, this is part of our next generation excavator lineup. So a cool thing, it has all of the same standard technology as every other next generation excavator. But you can see I have this grapple on here, right? So cool thing that we just introduced this year is payload for grapples. So I can still use the same standard payload technology on this machine, but it actually works with a sorting grapple now. So if I'm a demolition contractor, I'm in the waste business, it's very important for me to load those trucks perfectly so they're going down the highway with a legal load. So that payload for grapples really is a huge deal for those contractors.
That's pretty awesome, Alex. Thanks a lot. Will, I see you coming in on that 420 XE, buddy.
Yes, sir.
You're going to get to work here. You got a trench in the way, pal.
Yeah, I got to get those pipes. So with this new 420, we got dual mode. So I want to cross trench real easy, go up to what I need to, extend out my bucket, and go right on over.
Made that look pretty easy, pal. So how would that come in handy for the operators out there on the job sites?
So like I can control the opposite implement I'm facing. So like just seeing, I controlled the back. But say I was trenching application, I'm digging with the rear, I can use the front bucket and reposition.
You know, Marty, I tell you what, our backhoe loader team down there in North Carolina, building construction products, they're always knocking it out of the park for us. Those tried and true power shift transmission backhoe loaders, they just literally can't be beat, although they can be improved, and they have that inside the cab there. The new LED monitor is absolutely fantastic. But let's jump over to this 982. We got a little 259 out there also pushing in, doing a little backfill work for us. So I tell you, that 982, Marty, it's been a great experience for our customers. I can tell you that for sure.
That's pretty cool. So we talked about the 420 XE. So what do we got going on that 982 XE?
Well, you know, you bring up a good point. You know, XE. The XE is basically means it's premium, right? It's chock to the gills with all the capabilities. Caterpillar understands our customers need choices. Obviously, we got people working in different industries, but even in the medium wheel loader group, we still give them choices within the same size class. So we give them a GC option. So it's a standard machine, easy to run, easy capabilities, works out beautifully for most customers. Then we have our traditional platform, if you will. Basically, that's kind of like the performance platform. And then you can jump up to the XE, and there you're full of premium technology products. It's a great situation. Tons of assist features that I think our good friend Rootball is going to help us out here. Curtis Nixon, folks, we call him Rootball. It's not an insult. He actually likes it. So, Rootball, tell me about some of those smart technologies that you're utilizing on that 982 XE.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Chad. One of the best features on this is going to be your auto set tires. Well, as soon as I initiate the pile, what it's going to do is it's going to lift up my bucket for me, putting some down pressure on those front tires. That way it reduces that tire wear, that excessive tire wear, and then it's also going to help me out with my production, making it easier to get a bucket load. One of the other features that I'm using in here is going to be payload. The payloads come in standard. You got advanced payload. That's going to help me out with tip-off assist. That way I'm not sending trucks down the road with a light payload, or I'm not having those return trucks that go across the scales and then having to dump and get reloaded.
That's awesome, buddy. Appreciate that. I know that's not easy to walk and chew gum, let alone, you know, talk and run a machine. You guys are not banging it out of the park. That 982 also is an extremely efficient machine, due in large part to that continuously variable transmission, 35% better fuel efficiency, 25% lower maintenance cost. You know, you heard Rootball talk about payload in that 982, but that's not the only machine out here with payload. Actually, quite a few of them, if not most, are going to have that. The 730, you see it dumping its load right now. It can be equipped with payload as well. It's a really good situation, Marty.
Chad, I kind of have an idea, but tell us, how does payload help our customers?
No, that's a good question. So with payload, obviously you want to know how much material you're moving, so that's probably the given. But another thing is you don't want to overload your machines. Overloading your machines on a regular basis, that's going to increase the wear and tear on the machine. And honestly, it's going to reduce the longevity of the machine. So we want to make sure that we're hitting the targeted payload for that truck. Or let's say you're loading an on-highway truck. You don't want him going down the road and then he's going to get a little visit from his local peace officer for being overweight. Also, then we want to make sure we're hitting production goals, so we want to make sure we're hitting that capacity. It works out beautifully. It allows our customers to hit their production goals and increase the longevity of the machines.
That's pretty cool. Steve, I see you in that 730, and buddy, I know, hearing about payload, I know that there are several new enhancements and features in that truck. Which one it really resonates with you and the operators in the crowd?
Yeah, definitely. This 730 is world class anymore. It's got CAT Detect on it. It's also got a backup camera on it, and it's got hoist assist on it, which is really, really nice. For the operators who run these machines daily for hours and hours, they do repetitive motions. Now it's just a flick of a switch and a button, and this machine will actually set the load brake for you, raise the bed at the RPMs, and then as you forward, you just push it opposite and it lowers it back down for you. It really helps the operators out.
That's super cool. And, you know, hearing a lot about the features, about payload. Chad, I'm sure there's more to this 730.
Yeah, there's a ton more, man. I tell you what, improved visibility makes it safer for the operator in the cab and also safer for those around him. Obviously, we're working in a pretty tight environment. We got a lot of big machines out here, folks, in a really small area, and these guys got great visibility, and that 730 does as well. Also, advanced automatic transmission control. That's removing some operator input away from the operator. These guys are running these machines for 10, 12 hours a day, and if we can improve it and make it easier for them, that's what we're going to do. That's what advanced automatic traction control does. It's an integrated system, Marty. It works out real good. In regards to integrated, Caterpillar Genuine parts are absolutely seamlessly integrated along with Caterpillar products. And what I mean by that is these genuine parts have the highest level of reliability and durability, and they're also tested at the same rigorous quality levels as our machines are, Marty. It works out really great.
Sounds like a lot of information there, Chad. You know, I remember back in 2020 hearing the guys talking about the next generation of excavators. And Brian, I see you in that 335 right now. Does it also have payload?
Just like we talked about, we have the ability to store our trucks, select our trucks. So I was loading Steve there in the 730. I have the ability to toggle through using my joysticks. I can set that up on the roller. Then I have that truck. I know how much payload to put in that truck. And then once I store it, that gets some information back to this machine, you might say, to track a little bit of productivity, can track fuel burn. We can see how much this machine has mainly, you know, kind of dug all day, the productivity of it. So that's a really good feature, Marty.
Yeah, and you know, the best thing about that, Marty, everything Brian just talked about, that is all standard on the Caterpillar Next Gen excavator. Works out absolutely perfect. So back to this 335 in particular, you know, it's on a massive undercarriage. It's essentially the same size undercarriage as we would have on the larger 340 machine. And that gives us a lot of features. It gives us a little more lifting. You can use a larger bucket. You got a lot more stability. You got a lot of breakout force. But additionally, that 335 is equipped with higher swing torque. It absolutely is putting a ton of capabilities in the operator's hand. And, you know, Marty, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up our excavator group within Caterpillar. They do a bang-up job for us and obviously for our dealers and customers. And they do that by providing annual product updates. So what does that mean? Well, no more are you going to see a 335C or a 335D. You're just going to see a 335. And if you're going to go buy a brand new 335, you can be sure that it's coming out with all the latest technology capabilities, because we provide these annual product updates to ensure that we're getting the latest and greatest out the door as fast as we possibly can.
Annual updates are really important, Chad. You know, you and I have been around to a lot of construction and mining sites around the world, and they take up a lot of real estate. And, you know, how exactly are those large projects completed, and how do our customers, contractors, move so much dirt so quickly?
Well, that's a really good question. And actually, it's a question I've been asked before. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say probably the majority of folks that are here today came in on a highway or an interstate at some point in time, and I about guarantee you that Caterpillar wheel tractor scrapers or Caterpillar load and haul products had something to do with the construction of those interstate systems. So we've been doing this an awful long time, and we do it extremely well. And actually, Marty, we've got we call it the Performance Handbook. You can dive into the Performance Handbook, and you can literally find out what load and haul system is the best system given your environment. And what I mean by that is, how much material do you need to move, and how long of a distance do you need to move it? When it comes to that, long distances, moving a lot of material in a short amount of time, the Caterpillar wheel tractor scraper is about as good as it gets. In the right conditions, you can move more material in the shortest amount of time. And actually in 2022, Caterpillar brought back the 651 wheel tractor scraper. So it's an old school scraper that we brought back, but the best part is it is chock full of all the technology products that you would expect from a Caterpillar machine. sequence assist, load assist, payload, cat grade. So it's a giant machine. It moves a ton of material, and it's just as smart as all the machines you're seeing today. It's a great product, and we're happy to have that back in the lineup, if you will.
Absolutely. Wheel tractor scrapers, pretty impressive machines. Speaking of another pretty impressive machine, John Hood, I see out there in that D6XE, buddy, and I remember watching you in 2020 on the launch of that machine, but help us understand, how's that grade control work?
Yeah, Marty, I got the opportunity to come out here in 2020 and run this. Not the same machine, but the D6XE and the demos as well. But getting over to the technology side of things, there's a lot of new features out with these new dozers. And again, a lot of that stuff, now we have the capability, it's just a software update. So the engineering groups, they keep adding or coming up with new things to assist these operators in these machines. And this is a 3D integrated machine, so all the sensors, all the components from the factory on the machine, ready for me to go. One thing I do want to talk about that just came out that they just released is steer assist. So that's probably one of my favorite new features out on these machines because it helps me in my everyday job. So whether you got your design up and you're trying to map out cut and fills or mark out back a curb with your grade tractor, that auto steer will actually let me select the line on my 3D monitor, and it will automatically steer the machine for me. So it'll follow that line with whatever focus point I have selected. And again, it just takes a lot of that guesswork. I can focus on what's going around the machine. I don't have to keep my head buried on the monitor to make sure I'm paying attention and staying where I need to go, Marty.
That's pretty cool. And Chad, you know, knowing that
D6XE is an electric high drive dozer, it's pretty cool to hear about how Caterpillar is creating fuel efficient machines. Tell us a little bit more about some of these new innovations coming out.
Yeah, no, innovation's a great word, Marty. I'm kind of glad you used it. So Cat's been doing that for a long, long time. You know, Caterpillar first became popular when we brought the diesel engine out on the track type tractor. And the reason it was popular is because we had the common rail fuel design system, legendary system. And this thing is also legendary. In regards to the electric drive, it gives you 35% more fuel efficiency. It's given that operator a smoother, more powerful feel throughout the whole cycle of that tractor. Also, 12% lower maintenance costs. So we're giving the operator more, and we're also costing less. It's a great situation. So in regards to that, sustainability, that's on the forefront of our thought, probably all the customers as well. Cat does a great job with that. We've even put in HVO, so hydro-treated vegetable oil. You've got that capability to drop that fuel in any diesel engine that Cat's currently making, and you can run that on that HVO. Works out absolutely beautiful. Helping reduce waste and save money, that's what we're all about, Marty.
That's pretty cool, Chad. You know, I really love hearing about the technology on the machines, how it's improving fuel efficiency and things of that nature. I'm pretty sure that we've got some sort of technology that will allow us to kind of, or allow our customers to monitor their fuel burn from afar, right? From their fuel efficiency.
Absolutely. And you know, that is incredibly important. There's nothing more important than data these days, right? Well, these machines, they're calculating and kicking out a ton of data. What do I mean by kicking that out? Well, we've got VisionLink. Every single product that you buy from Caterpillar right now, it comes standard with VisionLink. VisionLink takes the data that these machines are collecting and sends it back to the home office. So basically that enables customers to view fleet information online and use that to make informed decisions, helping boost their productivity and reduce any cost as well. It's a really nice system, Marty, and we're really glad to have that on our products.
I love hearing about all of that. I love how VisionLink allows our customers to monitor their machines remotely. Also love, you know, I know we have a technology that allows our customers to operate remotely. I was over visiting the technology hub a little earlier, and we actually have command systems over there. So folks, get over to the technology hub. You can actually operate machines from here over in North Carolina at the Clayton facility or down in Arizona. Command systems are really cool, Chad. I know you've been around them and stuff like that, but
absolutely. No, command is a big deal for us, and we've been doing it for a very, very long time. And actually, you know, people may not know it, but Cat has been historically in the automation and autonomy field, again, for a very long time. We have 560 trucks currently running in the field autonomously, and they have hauled almost 5.6 billion tons of material with 0 incidents. 5.6 billion tons, that's a fair amount in my book. And they've traveled over 116 million miles, all autonomously without any incidences whatsoever, my friend.
Absolutely. And folks, again, the Cat Command technology, go visit us over in the technology hub there. We've got 3 stations set up for you, again, operating machines over in North Carolina at the Clayton facility and down in Tucson, Arizona at the Tanaha Hills Demonstration Learning Center. Now, you know, Chad, I know how important powertrain or power to weight ratio, how important that is to traction and all of that. And I know it's really important to heavy equipment. So tell us about a feature, or Curtis, tell us about a feature on that 160 motor grader that you're riding or driving or operating right now.
Yeah, I got a all-wheel drive set up on this big tired machine here, this 160V. What helps me out with underfooting, you know, special underfooting around the job site. And also what it's going to do here is it's going to help me out with pulling slopes. It gives me front tire or traction on the front tires, and it also has what's called creep mode, where I can turn the tandems off. If I'm in those real tight spots, I can turn the tandems off and just run the front tires around. So it's a good feature. You can adjust the aggression knob to positive and minus depending on your needs.
You know, Marty, another thing, you know, you heard John Hood in the D6 earlier talk about Cat Grade and kind of give us those building blocks on the Cat Grade capability. Well, years ago, Cat came out with the Cat 3D system for the motor grader. In order to pull that off, we had to have masts on either end of the maulboard itself, which worked great. But it did reduce the capability to maneuver the maulboard left and right, or throw it in a high bank situation or something like that. Well, now, again, Caterpillar continues to innovate. That 160, you see, it's a massless system. It has full 3D capability. It has all the capability that the other machines have, and yet it's still utilizing that Cat Grade 3D system. It works out absolutely awesome.
Curtis, how are you using that 3D Cat Grade on there?
Well, so Marty, Alex, my good buddy, he sent this through Vision Link, just a touch of a button, turn on the 520, and I can have all the lines, everything that I got, keeping it capable. So this massless machine, I can rack out the moldboard. I can do everything I need to with it without the mass, but it's also got the same capabilities as a mass with the 2 receivers and the radio that's up above the cab. Keep all my IMUs set up and running perfectly.
That's pretty cool. Chad, you know what? We've seen a lot of machines out here today. What if the customers in the grandstands wanted to get their hands on one of these machines? What options do they have?
Well, obviously, you're going to go to your local dealer. I mean, we've got dealers everywhere, and they are absolutely amazing at what they do. But the dealers have the ability to leverage CAT Finance, flexible financing options. You got tons of loan options. You can actually wrap your CVA, your customer value agreement, up into the purchase price of the machine. And then, of course, there's the new CAT card as well. But if that's not up your alley, I mean, you can always rent. So let's say we've got a job here today, and we need a 160 motor grader, but in my current fleet, I don't have a 160 motor grader. You go to your rental store. We've got the largest rental store fleet of anyone in the world. Or you can just call 1-800-RENT-CAT, and they can hook you up. Get your job done, move on, easy peasy, right? Or let's say you still want to buy a product, but you're looking for something a little easier on the pocketbook. We have CAT used. We've got CAT certified used to look at.
Will, you know, I see out there on that $299, and Chad was talking about the, you know, cat rental stores and things of that nature. I see you $299 with that grater blade system, so it's giving you the technology, but also if our customers need it, they could rent that type of technology. How are you using it today, buddy?
Well, as you can see, it's the little brother of the 160. So cleaning up this little parking area, and it can't fit in here. So I got a little 510 monitor in here, and just kick on my grade, and I'm grading out this area where he can't get into. Plus full 3D capabilities. I got hydraulic wings, so I'm also like have a little box blade too when need be.
Yeah, you know, Marty, I tell you, the D3 compact track loaders and skid loaders, again, I'm going to reference our friends down there in North Carolina. They're doing a bang-up job. All of these D3 machines, they have the capability to interface with what we call smart tools. This smart technology allows the machine to recognize the smart attachment. And what that does for the operator in the seat is, essentially, he uses the same two joysticks, but he can manipulate whatever work tool he has, whatever smart attachment he has, a la the grater blade here, still utilizing those two joystick controls. So that gives him a safer operation, he's more comfortable, but it still gives him all the capabilities of that added help from that smart tool.
Talking about smart tools, Alex, I see you right here on the berm. Looks like you got a pretty cool attachment. Must be smart. What do you got going out there?
Yeah, Marty, this is one of the pretty dang cool attachments here. So this is what we call our TRS system, or cat tilt rotator. So what this thing allows me to do, you can kind of see I'm grading out this section here. This thing allows me to position the bucket in basically any situation that I need it to. So I can grade this slope out. You saw me grading those corners out, and I didn't even have to move the machine. So this tilt rotator, it kind of transforms your excavator into the jack of all trades. The cool thing about it is, you saw me with the grapple on earlier. With our HCS coupler system, or our hydraulic connecting coupler, I can drop this tilt rotator and I can pick up a hammer or a compactor or even that grapple whenever I need to, literally without leaving the cab in a matter of seconds. And what's even cooler about this tilt rotator, if you can see on my display, is that I'm actually still using Cat Grade 3D. So this tilt rotator has all the sensors in it. It connects right to the machine, and that allows me to position this bucket and know exactly where my bucket's at on design at all times. So when it comes to smart technology and smart attachments and basically Cat technology, this tilt rotator system, coupled with one of our next-gen excavators, Marty, it doesn't even get any better than that.
Yeah, you know, Alex, you nailed it right on the head, my friend. Caterpillar recognized a long time ago, doing more with less is incredibly important. So obviously technology products on all these machines are very important, but if you don't have the right tool on the machine, it's all for naught. And we've got a dedicated team that works specifically on that, whether it's the TRS or maybe the a teeth on an excavator, whatever the case may be, we've got our dedicated work tool division to focus on those machines. When you pair a Caterpillar work tool with a Caterpillar machine, you know they're all built to the same quality and standards. That dedicated group does an amazing job for us.
Yeah, you know what? We just unpacked a lot of information and features there. And speaking about packing, I see Mr. Brian Kane out there in that CS11XE, and it looks like you're packing it in. Brian, what kind of technology and features are you using on that CS11?
Well, Marty, first of all, we'll talk a little bit about CMV. So technology, what that means, another acronym, of course, for Caterpillar. So mainly a compaction meter value system. So it's like an accelerometer meter system here that the operator is able to read. Once they've kind of been trained on a little bit, you can understand and see what's below the surface. So compaction, like every job, it doesn't really it's not a money maker. You don't think of it as productivity, anything like that. But it's something that must be met every day on every job site. So getting that good compaction that you need to get the job to pass and go on with your daily life is one of those things. And with this machine, with that being said, a lot of times you don't get the most experienced operator in these machines. So what we need this machine to be very easy to run, so the operator can feel comfortable in here throughout the day and really get the job done. We need reliability. So all the customers that buy these machines, they rely on them every day to get through the job. And then we also need them to have a little bit of technology so that we're able to see what's on the job there.
Yeah, Brian, you're exactly right. You know, that CS11, that comes from our paving products group up there in Minneapolis. Those folks, again, another dedicated group. I sound like a broken record, but when Cat realizes that we've got an area that we need to focus on, a la paving products, we dive into it. Cat Paving Products, they do an amazing job for us. They have a full line of mills and pavers and rollers. They have everything you need in regards to paving products. And not only do they have it, but they're unmatched product support and training solutions as well. We actually have a camera out there where we call Paving Alley, right over behind the technology hub there. I strongly encourage you, go out there and talk to the experts. And if you get the chance, check out that new screed they've got. They've got a three-dimensional screed plates, our true market innovation that delivers density and smoother roads. And I don't know about you, Marty, but I sure like some smooth roads, my friend.
Smooth roads are good, buddy. Hey, this is super cool, but how do we pull all of this technology and data together?
Yeah, I know that's a really complicated question with a really easy answer. So VisionLink productivity. We already talked about VisionLink, and VisionLink basically helps us monitor the health of the machine, right? Now we need to know how much material are we moving, and that's where VisionLink productivity comes in. It's an absolute game changer for us, so essentially you can monitor what's going on from afar. And why is that important? Well, let's say today we had plans to move X amount of material, but it rained last night. So that's going to absolutely change what happens. And maybe even we need to bring in a different product. So probably say 10 a.m. that morning, we realize that things aren't going well because we've been watching from VisionLink productivity. We might need to add a hauling unit or add a loader. Whatever the situation is, we may need to add to it. It gives the opportunity for our customers to make those informed decisions to make sure that they're hitting their production and target goals.
That's pretty cool. I love hearing how VisionLink productivity ties everything together, right? And Chad, I know our dealer network around the world also ties everything together. Can you expand on that dealer network for us?
Yeah, without our dealers, we literally are just people that make machines. Our dealers are out there every single day tying it together, as you said. They bring the best technology, they bring the best knowledge base, and more importantly, they understand their patch. I've always heard that term growing up to the Caterpillar ranks, their patch. And they understand their patch perfectly because material here is vastly different than material in the Midwest, and so on and so forth. Climate's different, needs are different, and the dealers understand that. We have over 156 dealers globally with over 2,200 different storefronts. There is someone there that knows your operation and they can help you expand upon it.
I love hearing about the dealer network, Chad, and it's pretty incredible how quickly our team and these machines have pulled all of this together to get us close to the finish line.
Yeah, you bet, buddy. I tell you what, let's take a gander up there. Let's see where we started. And then, so we've got our berm there, and we've got our flat ground. Now keep in mind that the third shift crew, as Mr. John Hood mentioned, third shift kind of left it a little bit of a mess for us. But this was the first layout. Then we go to the end design. And you can see the boys, in a short amount of time, they turned this around. We moved a lot of material, and it looks really nice. The guys did a great job. Matter of fact, speaking of the guys, I'd kind of like to brag on them just a little bit. So these folks, they all come from the real world, so to speak. So not this pretend Caterpillar stuff, right? They come from the real world. Every single one of these folks have a minimum of 10 years experience in the field. We won't even look at their resume if they don't have that. So they all have a minimum of 10 years. Most have quite a bit more, to be honest with you. I don't remember how many years we had total here, but it was in the hundreds of years of real experience in the field. And that's super important because otherwise, this wouldn't have gone the way it went. Technology is great. Great machines are great, but if you don't have skilled operators, then you don't have a beautiful layout like this. So well done, gentlemen, well done. I'm super proud of y'all. Nice job.
Nice work. But everybody, let's give these guys a round of applause, huh? Well, we hope you've enjoyed it. That's a wrap on our first demo of the week. So come on back here at come back at 11:30 for some CAT trivia. Have some fun times there with some of our operators, some CAT staff. Maybe another guest speaker there. Want to remind you, while you're here, take some time in between the shows, go visit our technology hub right over here. See all the latest and greatest about the Command technology. Go see the CAT grade. Go see Scott Hageman over there, our product specialist on all of that information. Visit our sustainability hub right here behind us. Learn all the information Chad was talking about, fuel efficiency and things of that nature. Go visit our CAT merchandise store right over here on the main building on the main floor. Go up and talk to our folks up at the CAT Finance Center up on the CAT Cafe on the second floor.
and then get on over here to the Services Hub. Look at all that information about Product Link, parts.cat.com, things of that nature. And then if you want to hear anything about operator training or customized operator training or see something about CAT training simulators, visit us right back over here in the Equipment Training Solutions tent. And if anyone in the stands or walking around here is interested in becoming one of these demonstrator instructors, you can also find out some more information over there. So we'll see you back here at about 11:30. Hope you guys are having fun.